The galaxy had been quiet for centuries. Not quiet because it was at peace, but quiet because humans had vanished. No ships traveled from Earth. No messages were sent from its colonies. No one knew where humanity had gone. Alien empires thrived in the silence. The Velkar traded freely, the Vorn expanded their territory, and the Trillari developed new weapons without fear. Every species believed humanity was gone forever. Legends of human courage and ingenuity were treated as myths. Stories told to amuse children or exaggerate old battles. In the Grand Council Hall on the planet Arcanus, alien leaders laughed and joked about humans. The Kaltorian speaker raised his hands and declared, 300 years of peace, and not a single human has dared to appear. They are extinct, forgotten, and weak. Delegates cheered and applauded, showing old holograms of rusted human ships. Ships that had fought wars long before they were born. The loudest species in history, one Trillari delegate said with a smirk. Now silent as dust. The hall filled with laughter. Loud and confident. But in the back of the hall, an old historian named Rethan frowned. He had spent decades studying humanity. He remembered the stories of humans surviving impossible battles, fighting when no one expected them to, and thriving against overwhelming odds. They are not gone, he whispered. They are waiting, watching, preparing. No one listened. Then the council hall trembled. Lights flickered. The crystal walls vibrated with a low hum. Delegates froze, unsure if it was a quake or part of the celebration program. Suddenly, sensors went off. A small, unknown vessel had appeared at the edge of the galaxy, its engines glowing with strange energy, its hull unlike anything recorded in history. Alien fleets scrambled to identify it, but every attempt failed. The ship transmitted a message. Not in normal codes or signals, but across every frequency at once. Every known language in the galaxy automatically translated the words, clear and calm, yet full of power. We have returned. Are you ready? Silence fell over the council hall. No one laughed. No one moved. For centuries, the galaxy had forgotten the humans. Now humanity spoke again. The unknown ship moved with impossible speed, then vanished. Sensors showed energy readings that no fleet could match. Every species realized that the humans were not only alive, but had grown stronger, hidden, patient, and unstoppable. Rethan gasped, "They are back!" And we have underestimated them for centuries. Outside the council hall, more strange readings appeared. Small objects moved through the void, too fast to track, too powerful to ignore. The galaxy held its breath. The laughter of the past was gone. Now fear replaced arrogance. For the first time in centuries, alien fleets and leaders knew one truth. Humanity had vanished, yes, but humanity had also waited. And now it was ready to remind the galaxy what it had lost. The galaxy had laughed at Earth for centuries, believing the humans were gone forever. But that laughter ended the moment the first contact occurred. It began at the edge of the Velkar outer rim. A small, unassuming scout ship drifted through space. Its hull was sleek and black, lined with glowing white patterns. No alien sensor could identify its engines, and when it moved, it seemed to bend space itself. A ripple followed its path as if reality obeyed the ship's will. The Velkar fleet commander stared at the readings. "This is impossible," he whispered. His officers froze, unable to respond. The ship sent no signals in codes or messages. Yet its presence was undeniable, alive, demanding attention. Suddenly, a message appeared. Not in a single language, but across every frequency at once. Every known language translated the words instantly. We have watched. We have waited. Now the galaxy will learn. The alien fleets froze. No species had heard humanity speak in centuries. And now, the humans spoke with calm authority, a quiet power that demanded respect. The message repeated across the galaxy, first reaching the council worlds, then the fleets, then distant trade sectors. Panic spread. How could a species thought extinct, forgotten, and weak send a warning like this without showing any force? In the Vorn Empire, Admiral Vorak ordered his fleets to full alert. "This is not a test," he said. "This is them." Reports started arriving from the outer systems. Scout ships saw fleeting shapes in the void. Ships too fast to track, moving in perfect alignment, thousands of them. But none fired. None attacked. Yet the presence alone caused terror. Back on the Galactic Council world, alarms blared. Delegates shouted at each other, trying to organize fleets and defenses. But it was too late. They had mocked Earth's silence, and now the humans were back to remind them of their mistake. The scout ship did not strike. It drifted slowly, scanning, observing. Its presence alone was a threat, a demonstration of power, patience, and control. And when it vanished, the fear lingered longer than any weapon could. Then a second message appeared. Sharper, more precise, impossible to ignore. "We do not fight yet, but your arrogance will cost you. Prepare yourselves." Alien empires scrambled. Some fleets tried to hunt the unknown vessel. Some attempted diplomacy. All failed. The ship moved as if it had eyes everywhere, anticipating every move, always one step ahead. Every species began to realize the truth. Humans had not disappeared. Humans had not weakened. Humans had waited, grown, and prepared in silence. The first contact was not a warning. It was a promise. The galaxy's laughter had vanished. Fear replaced arrogance. Humanity had returned, silent, patient, and unstoppable. Rethan, the old historian, whispered to himself, "They were never gone. They were always watching." And now the galaxy will pay attention. The galaxy had spent centuries mocking Earth's silence. Now that silence was gone, it started with small movements at the edge of the void. Alien scouts reported strange ships appearing and disappearing in impossible patterns. Their engines glowed with energy no one recognized. Their weapons were hidden, yet their presence screamed power. No fleet could track them, no radar could lock on. And every empire realized slowly, with growing fear, that humans were not only alive, but far stronger than anyone had imagined. Then the first fleets of the human armada emerged. Thousands of warships, sleek and dark, bristling with weapons. They moved in perfect formation, engines glowing like rivers of light across the void. Alien fleets detected energy signatures that no known technology could match. Entire squadrons of scouts vanished within seconds when they attempted interception. The humans were everywhere and nowhere at once, silent, unstoppable, and perfectly coordinated. A calm message echoed across every channel, translated into all languages instantly. "We are patient. We are prepared. Your arrogance will no longer go unpunished." Alien commanders froze. No species had seen anything like this. No fleet had weapons capable of harming the humans. The first demonstration strike arrived almost immediately. A small fleet of the Velkar Empire, confident and arrogant, attempted to engage. Within moments, they vanished. No explosions, no debris, no warning. Only empty space remained where their ships had been. Panic spread across the galaxy. The Vorn, the Trillari, and countless other empires scrambled to defend themselves, but it was useless. Every tactic failed. Every plan was anticipated. Humans had not only survived, they had mastered the stars. Their technology, their strategy, and their patience combined into something no empire could resist: Commander Atheron, standing on the flagship Eclipse, watched the chaos unfold. The fleet moved as one living organism, thousands of ships reacting instantly to every threat. No attack was wasted. No move was reckless. This was not just war, it was a lesson. The galaxy had laughed at human silence. Now it would learn humility. The humans broadcast again. You demanded war after centuries of peace. We waited. Now we decide the rules. Across countless systems, fleets surrendered without a fight. Alien soldiers abandoned posts, trade routes collapsed, and starports fell silent. Every empire realized the same terrifying truth. Humanity had returned stronger, faster, and smarter than ever. Their patience had allowed them to prepare perfectly. And now, the galaxy would understand what it truly meant to underestimate humans. In the void. The human armada continued to expand. Thousands more ships appearing as if from nowhere, every fleet perfectly aligned. Every weapon ready, every strategy flawless. The galaxy trembled, and for the first time in centuries, the name Earth was spoken with fear instead of mockery. The humans had come back. They were unstoppable, and the galaxy would never forget it. The human armada moved like shadows through the galaxy, silent, perfect, unstoppable. Every empire had counted on humanity's absence for centuries, but those centuries had only made humans stronger, sharper, more precise. In the Vorn Empire, Admiral Varak watched his fleet panic. Weapons fired, shields activated, fleets scattered in confusion, but the humans did not attack recklessly. They moved with control, like predators stalking prey, testing, observing, calculating every response, showing the galaxy exactly how small, weak, and unprepared it truly was. Reports arrived from every corner of space. Small fleets confronted the humans, only to vanish without a trace. Entire systems tried to flee, but even the fastest ships could not escape the armada. The humans did not kill indiscriminately. Their strikes were precise, designed to warn, to teach, to demonstrate power. On the Galactic Council worlds, chaos erupted. Leaders shouted orders, advisors argued furiously, fleets scrambled blindly, but no one could predict humanity's next move. They had prepared for centuries, and every empire now realized how little they knew about humans. Commander Atheron, standing on the flagship Eclipse, observed the galaxy below. His fleet moved as one, every ship perfectly aligned, every weapon charged, every fleet ready. And yet, he did not order full attacks. This was a lesson, a warning the galaxy could not ignore. Alien empires attempted desperate negotiations. They sent emissaries, messages, and diplomats, hoping to survive, but the humans ignored most, responding only to those foolish enough to threaten peace. In every encounter, humans demonstrated unmatched strategy, discipline, and control. The human message echoed across the galaxy. You demanded war after centuries of peace. We waited. Now we decide the rules. Do not test us. Every species understood immediately. Humans were not attacking to conquer. They were attacking to remind the galaxy that underestimating them was deadly. For centuries, humans had studied, trained, and prepared. Now their preparation was complete. Alien fleets scrambled to defend themselves, but humans anticipated every move. Every tactic, every weakness, every flaw was already countered. Fleets that had once laughed at Earth's silence now hid in fear, sending desperate pleas, begging for mercy, but mercy was not the point. The humans were teaching a lesson. Silence does not mean weakness. Patience does not mean passivity. Preparation can defeat empires. Across the galaxy, eyes turned to the skies. Thousands of human ships aligned in perfect formations, engines glowing like rivers of light. The galaxy had never seen such power. Every empire understood a terrifying truth. Humanity was back. Humanity was dominant. Humanity could not be stopped, and the galaxy trembled. Not from explosions or chaos, but from the knowledge that humans had returned, stronger than any empire, and ready to show the cost of arrogance. The humans were not just a fleet. They were a warning, a lesson, a promise. And every species now knew, underestimating humanity was the deadliest mistake one could make. The galaxy was silent. Not because peace had returned, but because every empire finally understood the truth. Humanity had waited. Humanity had prepared. Humanity had returned. The 2,000-ship armada stretched across light years, its engines glowing with impossible energy, weapons charged and shields unbreakable, fleets moving as one, precise, patient, unstoppable. Admiral Vorak of the Vorn Empire stared at his screens, fingers trembling over the controls. "Impossible," he whispered. His fleet scattered, confused and powerless. Every empire that had mocked humans now faced the same terrifying realization. They were no match. Commander Atheron stood calmly on the flagship Eclipse. He had waited centuries for this moment. The fleets had grown, evolved, and mastered the stars while the galaxy slept. Now, it was time to remind every species of one undeniable truth. Humanity is not weak. The humans activated the communication network. The voice echoed across every planet, every fleet, every council. You demanded war after centuries of peace. We waited. Now we decide the rules. Those who threaten the innocent will fall. Those who respect life may survive. Humans did not strike indiscriminately. They attacked only the aggressors, demonstrating precision, discipline, and unmatched strategy. Entire fleets vanished without a trace. Systems that had once mocked Earth trembled in fear. And yet, no human ship was lost. Alien leaders pleaded for mercy, offered alliances, and surrendered, but the humans had already delivered their lesson. No empire would underestimate Earth again. No species would mock humanity's silence. No star would forget the cost of arrogance. The sky changed colors as human fleets aligned across the heart of the galaxy. Engines glowed bright blue, thousands of ships creating patterns no one could replicate. The galaxy had never seen such power. Every empire understood the terrifying truth. Humanity had returned, stronger, smarter, and unstoppable. Then, humanity laughed. Not cruelly, not loudly, but quietly, knowingly, a sound that echoed through the void. The laughter of a species that had survived, that had prepared while empires slept, that had returned to claim its rightful place. The lesson was clear. Do not mock the silent. Do not underestimate the patient. Do not assume weakness where there is strategy and preparation. The human armada withdrew strategically, leaving the galaxy to tremble and reflect. Earth had returned not just with ships and weapons, but with the truth of its power and the certainty that it would never be ignored again. Humanity had waited centuries. Humanity had planned every detail. And humanity had laughed last. The galaxy would remember this day forever. The day the silent planet returned. The day humans proved they were not only survivors, but the strongest force in the stars.